Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to be teaching us how to draft this Halter neck backless corset. So this beautiful design was created by Passionate Styles and Stitches. So guys, if this is something you like, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share. So guys, I've gone ahead to place the horizontal measurement, the shoulder line, chest line, bust point, under bust, waistline and the blouse length. So from the waistline you can mark 6 to 5 inches to get your blouse length, basically 6 to 5 inches. So now we're going to be placing the shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the shoulder line and on the chest line. So you roll a straight line across, just as you can see. So the neck width is 3 inches, then 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So you go ahead and connect the lines like this. So you get the midpoint of the arm side, just like this. You get the midpoint, then you go in by half an inch. So you go ahead and connect the lines like this to get the arm circle, just like this. So next thing, we are going to be placing the nipple to nipple measurement. That's your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So you place it from the bust point line up to the blouse length. So you rule a straight line across, just as you can see. So on the under bust, so I'm just going to be contouring it by 0.75 on both sides. So I'm also going to mark it on the blouse length like this, 0.75 on both sides. So I'm just going to come down by 1 inch on the bust point. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect the lines like this. I'm going to do that on the other side. So the next thing is to connect it to the bust point. That's to that 1 inch that I marked. The 1 inch I marked below the bust point, just like this. So this is what we have. So next thing, we are going to be placing the bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line, then the waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5, that intake. Also the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5, that intake. So you go ahead and connect the line. So the 1.5 is the 0.75 that I took on both sides. So you go ahead and connect the lines like this, just as you can see. We're going to go up by 1.5 inches by this side, then connect it like this to the second dart leg, just like this. So now let's go ahead and snatch the waist. The actual waist is 29 minus 2 inches, that's 27. So I'm snatching by 2 inches. So 2 inches divided by 4, the front and the back, that's 0.5. So I'm going to be snatching the front waist by 0.5. That's in total 1 inch, because this thing is like on fold. The pattern paper is like on fold like this. So it's 0.5 on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and reconnect the lines, just as you can see. So I snatch it by 0.5 on both sides for the front and the back as well, 0.5 on both sides. Now I'm going to mark 1 inch for the bust dart. That's the difference between the front and back waistline. So for this pattern is 1 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and determine the neck width. So for me, what I marked there was 9.5. That's the bust point. I used the bust point. So you can actually go up by 1 inch after the bust point, depending on how you want your cleavage to show. Depending on how you want it to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect the lines, just as you can see. From the first dart leg on the under bust, you are going to be connecting it to the bust point line like this. You are going to connect it this way, just like this. So by the side on the chest line, you are going to go in by 1 inch. If you're a slim person, you can use 1 inch. If you're a bigger person, you can use 0.75, depending on the person. The next thing now we are going to do is that we are going to be opening up this dart here, this under bust dart. You cut it through up to the bust point. So you also go to the side, because you're also going to be cutting this bust dart as well. So you cut it carefully up to the bust point. You are doing this so that you are transferring the under bust dart to the side dart like this. So you are going, next thing now we are going to do is take your paper tape, because you are going to be closing up the bust dart. Take your paper tape like this, you are closing up the bust dart like this, then you use your paper tape to secure it down, just as you can see. So you are going to reshape the lines, because the lines are not going to be equal anymore. So you are going to reshape the lines, just as you can see. I marked 1 inch earlier, depending on how big or slim the person is. If the person is slim, use 1 inch. If the person is big, you can use 0.75. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it from that 1 inch to the second dart leg of your under bust, just like this. I'm going to connect it like this. Now I'm going to determine how wide the neckline will be. So I'm going to mark 1.025. So I'm showing you 1.025 on the table like this. So I'm going to be connecting into the chest line. So before I do that, I'm going to go up by 0.75 on the chest line like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect the lines, just as you can see. So before you connect the lines like this, you have to connect it in a way that your bust will not be showing. That's if you are a bigger person. That's if it's somebody that is busty. You have to cover it in a way. You have to cover it in a way that your bust will not be showing, basically. So you go ahead and blend the lines like this, just as you can see. So let's move to the back pattern. I've marked the shoulder line, chest line, hip line, and the blouse line. From the waist to the blouse length, I marked 5 inches. Depending on, you can mark 5 or 6 inches, but I marked 5 inches, just like the way I did in front, basically. Now let's go ahead and place the bust measurement divided by 4, the waist measurement divided by 4, the hip measurement divided by 4 as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and connect the lines, just as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and connect the lines like this. Chest line, I'm going to extend it by 0.75, just the way I did in front. I'm just going to mark that. So on the blouse length, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches, just the way I did in front. I'm also going to curve the lines like this. So for the waist snatching for the back, I'm going to mark this 0.5 here. I'm going to mark 0.5. So before that, at the center front, I'm going to go up by half an inch. Going to go up by half an inch. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get a nice curve. I don't want it to be straight. I'm just going to curve the lines like this, just as you can see. So I'm also going to blend out the new waistline by this side. So I'm just going to connect all the lines like this, just as you can see. At the center back of the blouse length, I'm going to mark 1 inches. I'm going to mark 1 inch. So at this chest line, I'm going to mark 2 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and slouch out the lines. So this way we are going to be cutting it out. So I'm just going to be extending the line by 1.5 inches. So this is for the eyelets. This is where you are going to be placing your eyelet. So I just marked 1.5 inches. So this is what we have. So on the waistline, I'm just going to try to blend the lines. Just use my hand to blend the lines to be curvy, so that it will not be pointing when you are cutting it out. So I'm also going to do that for the front pattern. Just let it have a curve, so it won't be pointy, basically. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the pattern paper like this. So this is for the back. So guys, please, if this is something you like, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. I'm also going to cut out the front pattern, just as you can see. Just cut it out carefully. So if you have any questions, please drop your questions in the comment section. I'll be available to reply. So this is what so there's a band around the neckline for the elastic. So now I'm just going to be rolling out this line as a guide. Remember that the neck width we are working with was 3 inches. So for the back is also 3 inches. So 3 multiplied by 2 will give you 6. So this is me marking 6 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So now for the width of the shoulder, it was 1.25 that I used. So I'm also going to add 1 inch to it for sewing. So in total, I'm going to mark 2.025. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the lines like this. So the next thing is I'm just going to go ahead and label it. I'm going to sew the band for the elastic. So then I'm just going to cut it out carefully. I'm going to cut it out carefully. So in case you are cutting on fold, it's just going to be 3.5 inches on fold, but this one I cut it the two. When you are going to take the center front and the side front, you are going to join it together because you are just going to be cutting one piece. So when you join it together like this, you are cutting one piece. Your fabric will be on fold, then you place this like this on it, then you add your allowances all around. So this is for this, so you're just going to be adding your allowance to this as well on your fabric, and you're going to be sewing it in a form of that. I'm going to sew in a form of that, sewing it in a form of that, yes. The next thing, you're going to be placing the front and back sides together like this. You're just trying to check if they are both equal. You make sure that the waistlines are the same. You're just trying to check if they are both equal. So for this pattern, the back was more than the front, so I had to reduce the back by this side. So that's me trying to shape it out. So by the time you are cutting, you'll not be having one will be longer or one will be shorter, so you just trace it out. So you also do that for the bottom as well, to know if one side is more than the other. So for this is okay, but if the side is more than the other, you take your piece of paper, add it together and shape the lines basically. So this is what we have for the pattern in total, the front and back pattern and the band for the elastic. So to determine the elastic you want to use in total, you can say, since we have 6 inches, you can say 6 minus 2 or 6 minus 3. That depends on how firm you want it to be. So this is